Hello everyone, welcome to the next video in AZ300 series, and today we are going to talk about analyze alerts and metrics across the subscription. We have already talked about alerts and action group and logs, diagnostic logs and other stuff. So this is again fall under Azure Monitor, all these services. So let's understand the Azure Monitor a little bit again, and then we'll see how can we analyze matrices and use it for alerts, and how can we analyze alerts as well. So without wasting any time, let's go to next slide, and there we go. I borrowed this visual from Microsoft, and here you can easily understand and you can see what is happening here. These all are the Azure services or Azure resources, and they generate a tremendous amount of data. And Azure Monitor uses the data or consolidates that data to fulfill other things that you want to do it with that. And this data is of two types: metrics and logs. Well, metrics it's more like a numeric value that describes some aspect of a system at a particular point in time. If you remember, when we created the alert, it was like a CPU a percentage more than 90% for 5 minutes. That's a metrics. So metrics we usually use for the notification purpose, for the alerting purpose, for the automation, or for the trigger purpose. For example, once that metric threshold met, some automated runbook will run and do its job. Some logic app will trigger and do its job. So if you see right here, you can see the metrics. These are the different things that we can do with the help of this data, like insight, visualize, analyze, respond, and integrate. Well, as I said, metrics can be used for alerting, autoscale, logic apps, and you can also utilize metric analysis. Okay, so well, to analyze metrics, you have Metrics Explorer in the Azure portal. Similarly, to analyze logs, we have Log Analytics Workspace in the Azure portal, which is based on Azure Data Explorer. And we have a very rich query language called Costo to perform the query. And even we can utilize that query to uh, create a condition for the alert. Well, for logs, we will talk about in the next video, which is especially for the log analytics. And in this video, we are going to talk about the metrics. So let's understand few more details of the metrics before I go ahead and show you a little demo. All right, this is the Azure metrics slide where I have wrote few points, a few important points. It is more like Azure metrics are numerical value that provide details about your Azure resources at a specific time over a specific range. We already talked about it with the example of VM CPU percentage. Azure metrics collected on a regular basis and has a built-in alert option that we have already seen in our alerting video. Now, the timing for which you can hold the data. Metrics can be kept for 93 days, and diagnostic logs can be routed to log analytics and configured to have a minimum retention of 30 days. Activity log, we have already talked about it in previous videos. This is the platform log where you have all the activities logged related to Azure platform. It is in build and we have a 90 days retention for these. activity logs. So without wasting any more time, let's go ahead and see the Metrics Explorer and alerts. There we go. This is the Azure portal. Hope you can see. We need to go here and click on Azure Monitor. Go to Metrics. This is what the Metrics Explorer is. That's a tongue twister. All right, so you can click on this pencil right here. You can give the name to your analysis or your metrics chart, and you can put it as a dashboard to your team as well. Here you can see in the right corner where my mouse is moving right now, you can create your chart here. You can analyze the metrics and you can pin it to the dashboard. It would also help you to create a baseline for your resources. All right, so let's do it. Let's create one. So typing here VM CPU and data flow, or you can put anything like disk input and output, anything like that. You can put multiple uh, metrics as well. We need to select a scope for it. It is more like a target in the alert. Let's go ahead and put the scope. I'm going to use my VM. It's not the old one, it's a new VM, so I would not have much of a data, but we would have enough to show you. So we have selected this. Now this is the metric table. Hope you guys can see. Oh my god, right, see, you can see scope, metric namespace, and metric. Now here we can select the metric, like I'm going to select the CPU percentage, and it's showing like this right now. If you want, you can change the chart way of looking. It would help you. I usually prefer the line, but you can also use the grid view, which is much better. It will show you the numbers like this. And the first metric is here already. Now we can add the another one. Let's select something else, like in outbound flows. We have something like here, and we can share this, download it. All right, so that's how you can do the analysis of the metrics which are there in the Azure Monitor. Okay, let's go to alerts now. We have already talked about alerts. We can create an alert from here. We can check the action group from here or create action group from here. But as of now, we need to analyze the alert, so we are not going to create any action group. We just need to click here, and we need to select the target for our resource for which we need to uh, trigger the alert or create an alert. I'm going to select the same VM. Okay, where it is, virtual machine right here. Let's go and select the VM. I've selected it right here. Now the condition, let's make it update. It means if we update the VM, it would generate an alert, and we will receive the alert as soon as either we change the size of the VM, we update the IP, or anything happens like that. But before I show you, let me show you one more thing. Let's select the percentage. If I go and select this metric, you see there is a threshold that you can make dynamic as well. Let's see what it says. It says static threshold uses a user-defined threshold value to evaluate a rule, while dynamic threshold uses machine learning algorithms to continuously learn the metric behavior pattern and calculate the thresholds automatically. If you remember, we talked about this in the baseline video. I guess that was the previous video. If you have not checked that one, you can go ahead and check that out. This is a wonderful way to utilize the machine learning to set the threshold, a dynamic threshold for your alerts. All right, so we are going to select the update. And once I select it, you'll find something right here. It says whenever the administrator activity log, create update. See, I told you, whatever happens on the platform, it logs in the activity log. Now, if this thing logged in the activity for this VM, this alert will going to trigger. All right. And here, this is the action group we have already talked about. So as of now, we are going to just analyze the alert. So I'm not going to touch it. Though you can add and use. You can integrate the logic app. You can put the email or the push notification or voice call or automation runbook, anything like that. We have already discussed it. So all right, let's put the name. I'm going to tell the rule 1 VM update, nothing much. And all right, let's create this rule. And once I hit, it would take not a lot more, just a few seconds to create it. And as soon as we have the rule, it is there, right there. You can see the rule right here. Okay, now let's quickly go ahead and update the VM. So I'm going on the virtual machines right here. This is our VM. We are going to on the size, and let's go ahead and update the size. I just hit the button to resize, so it is happening right now. And as soon as it is done, I'll be back. Let me pause the video. All right, as you can see, we have resized the virtual machine, and I just received the alert. I just waited for a couple of minutes, and it is right here. I can go ahead and analyze the alert. What happened? It is the VM update. If I want, I can just click here and do some kind of analysis. We can change the alert state from new to acknowledge or closed. And if I want to close, it's like it's me who updated. It was the requirement. I received a ticket, or I acknowledge like I'm working on it. Put on the new. You can have a little history, a little summary where you can analyze. So that's how it's done. And I just need to check one more thing here. Let's go to rule, and from here we can disable the alert if you don't need this alert anymore. So this is how we need to analyze a alert and metrics across the subscription. That's how it's gonna be. So I hope you learned something new today, and let's meet in a new video. Thank you.